Hello everyone, Ali Sharaki here. Today I want to talk about unconscious, subconscious, and conscious mind, and how we have to train our brain and program our brain to be able to be more successful in learning, and why it takes more longer to learn something. And also, why is it important to use coaching method to help somebody to learn something, any skill. It doesn't matter, it's driving, it's baking cake, or martial art, or whatever. First of all, you need to understand, when you buy a computer, the computer comes with a manual. So you open the manual and it's written there, press this button, press that button, press this button. For somebody who doesn't know how to use a computer, they read the manual, they use the computer. Unfortunately, we have given the brain, which is our computer, but we haven't been given the manual for it. So we have to use the brain and also other methods to train our brain. To me, it's only untrained memory and untrained brain and trained brain and trained memory. The only difference between people who they can achieve and do stuff and people who they can't achieve and they start being depressed and anxious and find it difficult to do things is just if their brain and mind and memory is being trained or it hasn't been trained. Now, I'm severely dyslexic and I find it difficult to learn things which is involve coordination. And it took me a long time to learn to drive, for example, but people with dyslexia, when they learn a skill, they can become a master of it. They can be really good at it, but it takes them a long time to learn something. Now, if somebody knows how to teach a dyslexic person, then they are not going to take that long to learn, because each person, each memory, it learns in different way. Now, I want to explain to you the conscious, unconscious, and subconscious mind. Now, conscious mind is the programmer of the brain. So it's somebody who is writing programs and getting programs ready to be used. Unconscious mind is the software. Is the part of a brain which it takes about 30-40% of your brain and has the software, but the program hasn't been written. So it needs the conscious mind, which is about 10% of your brain, to use the unconscious mind and write the programs. Everybody, they know how to do everything. Everybody know how to do martial art. Everybody know how to drive. Everybody know how to cook, because the program is already there inside the unconscious mind. But they need somebody to help them to make the lines in the brain more visible, which is the job of the conscious mind. The conscious mind, it writes the program and it makes them bigger, make them more visible, and make them more accurate to fit this body and this person and the way this person thinks. Subconscious mind is the Windows. So what does Windows do in the computer? You buy a program, whatever it is, Word or whatever, you buy a program and then Windows run that program. You can't use the program and also you can't use the Windows just by itself. You need more program. So the subconscious mind is the runner of the program. Unconscious mind is the software, which has got all the program in it, but it needs to be written to fit this computer here, up there, and this person. Conscious mind is the writer of the program. So he writes the program to fit with the brain of this person and how this brain works. Subconscious mind is the part of the brain which it runs program. So unconscious mind, it comes and write the program. It gives you option. It says, if this happen, you can use this, you can use this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, and it stores them inside the memory. Subconscious mind now has lots of option. So if something happen, your eyes see it, send a message to your brain, and your brain decides, oh, I've got options for this, I've got memory about this, and this is what I'm gonna do. And very quickly it's gonna just choose the program and just use in that moment, which it causes quick reaction, quick thinking, and it helps people to be able to have a quick reaction to something and quick thinking. Now, if the program hasn't been written, the subconscious mind is panicking. In that moment, it's thinking, oh, I don't know what to do. There is no program here to deal with this situation. what he does, he starts running all the program. And when he start running all the program until one of them fits in this situation, then that's when you start panicking, you know? That's when you start feeling anxious. Why? I don't know how to deal with this. Now, this is how I could explain the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind in an easier way, in a fun way, how I understood it. So, you know, you can understand it as well. Now, what does coaching do? A coach doesn't come and tell you what to do. He asks you to wake up that program. You know, whatever is inside your unconscious mind, a coach job is by asking questions, helps the conscious mind to write those programs according to how the brain of this person works. So they write the program themselves, they find solution, they find option, how to deal with that situation later on, and then they store it up there. Now that helps them because that is a homemade program, is home written program written by their own brain and how they think, not somebody else think. So they store that, and because they wrote it very quickly, the first option the subconscious mind goes to choose is the things which is being written by the conscious mind of that person. That's why it has more quicker reaction, more quicker thinking and decision making process. Now we have somebody else who is trying to teach somebody, but he keeps telling them by force, by shouting, by keep repeating. Yes, of course. By repeating something, you get muscle memory. So you get used to do something in that situation there and then. I accept that. But what happened is when their motivation is very important here. Now this person knows he came to you as an instructor, not the coach, as an instructor to pass their test. Now they know whatever you told them, they need to memorize all this for this moment until they can pass that test. The brain is telling them, listen, I'm going to back off. I'm not going to run no program. You listen to this person, do whatever this person said to you, and just go and pass this test because my aim is to pass this test. And this is what you have to do. So it allows them to do whatever you're telling them, and then they're going to do it. They're going to go for the test. They're going to pass their test. After they pass the test, the brain is going to say, okay, we don't need this outside the program. We delete it. So what the brain does, you forget about all the training and everything this person had from an instructor, but because that person has been telling him, somebody else telling you what to do, it counts as outside the program. It's like you're trying to run a program for an Apple computer on a Windows computer. It might work for certain, up to certain point, but then, or the program is going to get corrupted, or it's not going to run properly, or the computer is going to get damaged. That's how I can explain it to you. Much more easier for somebody who hasn't got that much experience of IT. I know some of you out there are IT expert. This may be like, makes you laugh, but this is the easiest way I could explain how the outside the program is not accepted inside this brain because it hasn't been written by a conscious mind of this person. So the first choice always is going to be the program which they wrote it themselves. That's why coaching method is the best method to teach other people. Before I was struggling, I was thinking, why these people, I have to keep repeating myself. I have to keep doing it. Yes, I was, by repetition, I was forcing them to accept this and focusing on just helping them to pass their test. But then after that, most of them, they was coming for more training and everything. But now, since I started using coaching, I don't need anybody to come. They don't need to come back for training. They go and drive any car they want, not small car just. They can drive anything. They feel so fantastic and, because they can drive any car, not just because the car is bigger, because the car is smaller, because the car is more powerful, they get scared. No. Because they have the program up here and they know how to deal with everything. It doesn't matter about the size and, the engine of that car. I hope you enjoyed this and you have better understanding of the conscious, unconscious, and subconscious mind. And I see you in the next video.